The Scala, the smart and stylish family hatchback from Skoda.
Behind us is the Skoda Scala.
Now, as you can see, this is a completely new car. However, it does replace the Rapid and the Rapid Spaceback.
This model is the SE with a 1 litre 3-cylinder turbo and a 6-speed manual gearbox.
The crazy thing about the Scala is it starts at just over 16,500 and ours in the SE trim starts at 18,600. This one's just under 20,000. But it's got a few options on it, including metallic paint.
You've also got infotainment system,
You have?
alloy wheels and cruise control. There is petrols, diesels, manual and DSG on offer.
Yeah, there is literally a Scala for you. I really do like the 1 litre 3-cylinder though. It's a peppy engine and I was getting, I know this is completely unbelievable for me, but around 62 to the gallon.
That's incredible.
It is, completely.
Saying that, I'm going to be taking a look at the exterior styling.
I'll be looking at the interior, the practicality and the functionality.
We'll then be driving it. Annabelle will then bring you the verdict on whether or not this is the car for you. It's hard to believe that the Scala's built on the Polo platform, yet it's Golf size. You have a sporty front with these patterns on the LED daytime running lights, the chrome bezel that gives it an upmarket appearance, as well as the sculpted looks. As standard on the SE, you have basic LED headlamps, front assist, LED daytime running lights, cruise control and an auto dimming rearview mirror. There are no front parking sensors on this model. Coming to the side of the car, you have 16-inch alloy wheels with a high profile tyre, so it's still comfortable. You can get other styles and sizes. Electrically adjustable heated door mirrors. Our car doesn't have keyless entry, it is available, but we do have push button start. Gloss black B-pillars. Considering this car is on the Polo platform, you can see its size. It is a family car. You have also got disc brakes all around. Also, don't forget the ice scraper under the fuel filler cap. Coming to the back of the car, you have a black diffuser, rear parking sensors. You can get a reversing camera, and glass also goes down all the way to the bottom here, giving it a far more sporty look. You also have sculpted rear lenses and the Skoda name written across the back. High level brake light, shark fin aerial, and these gloss inserts each side of the rear window.
Stepping into the Scala's nice and easy thanks to these wide opening doors. You've also got a grab handle here that's perfect if you've got mobility challenges. Once in here, it's quite staggering to think that this car starts at just over £16,500. We've got the silver haptic insert. It really does lighten up the car no end. You've also got a soft touch dashboard, soft touch door tops, and a padded area for your arm as well. Very well finished, very comfortable. I also like stitching on the seats, the cloth. Functionality wise, you've got all round electric windows, electrically operated door mirrors. We have auto lights. They're basic LEDs as well. You've also got fog lights in the center here. You've got a basic fuel computer that even gives you things like eco tips. It was telling me to put the windows up. You've also got very clear dials, all analog. We've got cruise control and front assist too on this model. Controls for your media, your telephony and your fuel computer. When it comes to the center, you've got an 8-inch touch screen with DAB radio, Bluetooth and some of the car's settings as well. This also has SmartLink as well, which means you can connect your smartphone, whether it's Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. Below that, we've got air conditioning. It's single zone, straightforward, does exactly what it needs to. This car also has USB-Cs. For many years, they've been using USBs, but now we're seeing in a lot of cars, USB-C seems to be the new standard. You can also get adapters as well if your phone doesn't have that system. Below that, you've got start, stop, old school handbrake with hill hold assist and a 12-volt socket as well. This is also the 6-speed manual. When it comes to practicality, I'm 6'3". As you can see, I have got quite a bit of headroom as well. And this car does have a sloping roofline, but it doesn't affect it. You can also get an optional sunroof. When it comes to the seats, they're cloth, they've got a funky pattern, some rather cool stitching, and as you can see, they're quite figure hugging as well, around the side bolsters, the bottom bit, and even the top around your shoulders. But they are very, very comfortable. They're manually adjusted. The steering wheel has reach and rake adjustment. When it comes to the door pockets, quite staggeringly, Michael managed to fit 3 bottles of water. So you're going to have no problem getting some snacks and a bottle of water in there. In the centre, you've got a storage point just under the air conditioning, 2 cup holders behind that. You've got an adjustable armrest as well. It's padded so it's comfortable for travelling, and it's got a storage pot under it. When it comes to the glove box, well, it's pretty big compared to today's standards. And up here you've got proactive services. Our model also has start engine stop. And this being a Skoda, who can forget those little additions? Sunglasses holder up here, and if I open the door, you'll also find an umbrella. When it comes to the back of the Scala, climbing in is nice and easy thanks to those wide opening doors. Once in here, now I expected, because it had a sloping roofline, to have very limited headroom. But even with my seat set up for a rather luxurious 6'3", I've got, even if I put my head right back, at least 1.5 inches of headroom. I'm quite amazed. And when it comes to passengers, realistically 2 are going to be very comfortable, 3 on shorter journeys, and 3 children, absolutely no problem whatsoever. You've got mat pockets on the back of the seats. They're very comfortable. They're finished the same way as the front with the stitching and the funky pattern. There is no armrest. However, as an optional extra, you can even get a pull-down armrest in this car. And you don't normally see that in this class of car. As you can see as well, there's an insert here for some USB-Cs. Decent sized door bin where you can fit a bottle of water. Above that you've got your electric window. And you've got a padded armrest for the passengers as well. Chrome door handle and an insert here with the tweeter. The top of the door is a hard plastic, but you kind of expect that on this class of car. That's the thing about Skoda, they do think about what their customers want. Whether it's the vents, or the individual map reading lights, or even the Isofix on the front seat. Also, as this model doesn't have privacy glass, it's nice and light and airy. You also have this extra window as well that lets lots of light in. You'll also be happy to know there are handles on every door in this car. You've also around the vehicle too. When it comes to the boot of the Scala, hold down the button on the key fob and it will release. Once open, you have 467 litres of space. Yes, you do have a boot lip. And yes, when you drop the 60/40 seats down, there is also a ridge there. That would have been eliminated with a false floor. However, as an optional extra, you can even get a false floor. The impressive part is, once those seats are dropped, that increases to 1,410 litres. That's class leading. As you can see, it's a nice square space. You've got tethering points throughout. You've also got storage, and this has a spare wheel. I mean, it does still call it a space saver, but it is 195 wide, which is wider than most Golfs and Passats back in the 90s. You've also got some rather robust shopping hooks and a 12-volt socket over there as well. But the question you're asking yourself is, what's the Scala like to drive? Well, it's powered by a 1-litre, 3-cylinder TSI engine.
And it has a 6-speed manual gearbox.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah.
It does.
It's a great combination. I mean, we've driven with this in various cars, including the Toledo and the Fabia. It's exactly what you expect from Skoda.
Yeah.
The thing that really astounds me about the Scala is the price. It starts at £16,500, which is quite staggering for a family car. The model that we're in is the Scala SE. There's an S and an SEL as well, so this is the middle of the range. But it is quite well kitted out. It's got some strange options though. Now I expect when you get a start engine stop that you will get keyless entry, but on this one you don't actually get keyless entry.
Oh right, interesting. Yeah. You get a start stop. Oh right.
But you could opt for it. Everybody knows I've got a lead foot. Now that makes economy for me a bit of a challenge.
Well, it's not a priority for you at all, is it then?
Not normally, no.
Exactly. It's not really something that's in your wheelhouse.
It's not in my DNA in the slightest, is it?
It's,
no.
Yeah, it's like...
I like the tone of the car.
Yes.
Observe.
You're all about the performance, how it handles, how it feels to drive.
Yes.
What gives the car the connection that you crave.
Yeah, that's a very good way of putting it. That's what staggered me about this.
Really?
I mean,
Tell me more.
I ended up, according to the fuel computer, with 62 to the gallon.
I know, it was amazing.
Now, the crazy thing is, this car only claims 49. As you can see, it's got performance too. Pulls 0 to 60 in 9.6 seconds, and it will keep going. Considering it's 3-cylinder, it really does have some go about it.
Yeah, well, it's 0 to 62 at 9.8 seconds, and it gives you 115 PS, Ben.
I like the sound of a 3-cylinder. They sound quite, I don't know, peppy, punchy, is that the
Throaty?
word? Yeah.
Yeah, they do have something to them.
They do.
Yeah. So how does the steering feel, Ben?
The steering's very good. Whilst carrying out manoeuvres, it's very light, but it gives you enough feedback as well. It's very direct, and I suppose the strange thing about it is, even whilst travelling at say 20-25 miles an hour, you've still got quite a weight to it, which I like. Other cars, yeah, are lighter, but no, this fits in very well with me. It's the same with the gearbox as well. Not notchy, very solid box, 6-speed, great ratios, and the shifter, it's like a nice height as well. So when you're shifting down the gear, it's simplicity.
So you're feeling that everything in the actual car is all well proportioned?
Oh yeah. Definitely.
Feels right, you don't have to stretch or twist or move to reach anything.
No.
It makes a big difference.
The other thing about this car is, it doesn't matter which gear you're in. If you put your foot down, drop a gear, go up a gear, there's also, because it's turbocharged, you've got that power. It's just there.
It is, isn't it? There, you could feel it.
Yeah, which makes it perfect pulling onto slip roads, driving on A roads, spirited driving.
Well, you don't want any hesitation when you're pulling out, do you?
No turbo lag, which is good.
Okay.
Suspension wise, it's exactly what it says on the tin. It's a family car, so it does have an element of movement to it. It's not excessive body roll in any way, shape or form, and whilst cornering hard, it will grip exceptionally well. Over potholes, the suspension is a bit stiff, and the refinement in the cabin, dependent on the road, is relatively good. If you've got a noisy motorway, you will hear a bit of road noise. Also, dependent on model and trim, you can get the option of dynamic chassis control. Yes, that superb system that we've seen on the other Skodas that we've had, which means it'll tighten up the chassis, do things to the dampers, response, that kind of thing, and make it a far more engaging drive. I also want to see a VRS version, but I drove the Kodiaq VRS and that was absolutely immense. And like the Golf GTI 16 valve in the 90s, that was 1 centimetre lower than the standard GTI. And with that optional sports chassis control, it's also lowered 15mm too.
That must make a big difference, actually.
Well, it did on the Golf.
It did, didn't it?
Yeah. Brakes, you've got an old school handbrake, it's got hill hold assist, you've got front discs which are vented, and you've got rear discs too.
Remember, Ben, this car is only a week old.
Very true, Annabelle. And when we had this delivered, it had literally done, I think it's about 900 miles.
900 miles? Gosh, that's not even running, Ben.
Yeah, I know.
I mean,
that's the
seriously.
thing. Yeah, I know. Now, our car has quite a few options. However, the standard list is...
staggering, Ben.
It is.
There's so much on it. I mean, for a start, it's got LED headlights.
Now, just to make it clear, this is the SE that Annabelle's talking about. The S has a different set, and so does the SEL.
Fair point, yes. Well, for a start, Ben, it's got LED daytime running lights as well as LED headlights, chrome inner door handles, cruise control, DAB, decor strip on dashboard and door panel, easy light assist, 8 speakers, electrically adjustable and heated door mirrors, emergency call and proactive services, front and rear electric windows, front and side airbags.
This one starts at, I think it's about 18,500, isn't it?
It's just over, yes. And it's got cruise control,
Yep.
DAB, easy light assist. I mean, there's loads of different options.
It's a very good family car. Easy to use, fuel computer, very clear dials, decent infotainment system. The interior is very good on here. It's high quality. It's a cloth interior. It's all manual, but it's very supportive, isn't it, whilst driving?
And the seats are very comfortable. They keep you very well cushioned and well supported.
Now let's get back to the options on this car. This has an optional white metallic paint, doesn't it?
It does at £595. It's also got this silver haptic decorative insert.
Well, that makes it really stand out inside the interior cabin as well.
It does, it pops. It's got 16-inch Alaris alloy wheels.
Ah, yeah, the standards are Orion, aren't they?
They are. Ambient light whiting with a price of £250.
So that gives you light inside the cabin.
Yes, which means
So
around the door
doors,
handles.
yeah.
It just shows you and where your feet are as well.
Annabelle and I drove all the way up from Farnborough the other day, all the way to Newark to meet Michael.
We did, yeah.
And it never skipped a beat the whole trip.
No.
Very good. Even at high speed, it adapted very well and was responsive too. Overall, it's a great car. The price, the practicality, it's got a class leading boot. When you drop the seats, it gets even bigger. A rather economical model, punchy enough, especially with the 1 litre 3-cylinder, engaging, easy to steer, yet weighted enough to give you an engaging drive, and well, very well set up.
So it's ticking all the boxes then, Ben, isn't it?
It is.
It really is.
I think it's going to be a big hit for Skoda.
Well, with that combined with the price, it kind of is a no-brainer.
It is.
The all-new Scala from Skoda comes in 3 different trims, the S, the SE and the SEL, with prices starting from just over £16,500. The model we have is an SE and prices start from just over £17,500. This one here costs just under £20,000 with optional extras. It has a 3-cylinder turbocharged petrol engine with a 6-speed manual gearbox. It delivers 200 Nm of torque and will get you from 0 to 62 miles per hour in 9.8 seconds. It has a combined fuel economy of 44 to 49 WLTP, however we got it up to a significantly higher fuel economy and is NCAP 5. Standard features include 16-inch alloy wheels, cruise control and auto lights, and when it comes to optional extras, there are a huge range of different packs you can choose from, including all-round LEDs, lane keep assist, adaptive cruise control, panoramic glass roof, foldable tow bar, virtual cockpit, tailgate design pack, to name but a few. There are also options available for the SEL edition that include chassis control with driver select mode. With a number of trims to choose from and more optional extras that you can shake a stick at, the Skoda Scala is a hatchback that you can truly make your own.